Hi everyone, this is Rayon Paper. Welcome to a new Ink Day video. First off, I want to say that this is my first video with my new phone because the battery of my old phone was starting to behave rather weirdly, and I don't know, the battery was getting depleting super fast and getting very hot. I was like, this thing might just explode. So I got a new phone, but this is my first time filming. Smart people would have made some kind of test video. I'm not that well prepared. I'm just going for it. So I really hope that when I'm editing this, I will not regret that. Anyway, new ink day. Yes, this is Shanghai Stationary Gui Zu. My pronunciation is probably quite off on that. If I understand correctly, the name of the ink, Gui Zu, means something like a nobleman or like a lord, someone of nobility in Mandarin Chinese. And the color is like this darker violet, sort of cool toned purple, which is in Western cultures often associated with nobility. But apparently that's also the case for like an historical Chinese context, which is why they gave that name to this ink. I have my wonderfully stained piece of paper to protect my table. This ink was gifted to me by Shanghai Stationary. They at the Dutch Pen Show, they gave me 4 of these smaller inks, and I've just been kind of trying them out over the course of months by now. This is the 3rd one that I'm testing, so it's been a while. Okay, apparently my screen turns off when I'm recording, so let's see what's going on here. Can I somehow tell it not to? Well, that may be something for later to figure out. Anyway, yeah, let's just start by swatching the ink on this piece. Oh wow, I love this with like purple inks, some blue inks as well. Like they kind of stain the glass a bit, which makes it look so cool. So we're just going to put a couple of drops here. If you're hearing all kinds of weird noises in the background, of course, my cats decided to come and play. Oh, that is cool. I love that. I am really in my purple phase right now. Purple used to be one of those colors that I just never really explored because I don't really like purple, I don't know, home decor or purple clothes. But I've realized that I do really love the purple flowers in our garden, and apparently also purple inks. It's a really cool color, but it's not something for me that goes with every context or in every area of life. Unlike something like a green, or which I love with just about everything. I have a lot of green clothes. And the same for like a mustardy yellow or like a brick red. Those are kind of my comfort colors. This is more like an exciting color for me. So let's just write down Shanghai Stationary. Ooh, this ink feels quite wet. Wow. And because I know someone will say something about it, yes, the A in stationary is intentional. It is not a spelling mistake. It is actually kind of a bit of wordplay. Gui Zu. And I know I pronounced that with like a rising sort of questioning accent on the Gui and like almost a 4th tone on the Z, if you're familiar with Mandarin tones. while it should actually be quite the opposite. I think it should be um, a falling tone on Gui and then a rising tone on Zu. So we're just gonna let this dry while I make one of these cards, which I may just kind of speed that up or cut that out because it's probably one of the more boring things to watch. All right, so there's a card. So I like doing all of these swatches on different types of paper. These small cards are super useful to like quickly get an overview of which inks in a particular color family that I have. These Tomure River swatches, I probably should have mentioned that these are on Tomure River paper. I love these because they show off a lot of the depth of the inks and they give me a good feel of what the ink is going to look like in my planners and my journals, which most of them have Tomura River paper. And then the last one that I really enjoy, well, then there's also this tiny swatch on the cap that I like to do. So because I have all of my inks in a drawer, so it's just easier to find one. And then this one, I think, is one of the most fun ones, if not always the most accurate. But these are this is watercolor paper, quite textured, which makes it really hard to write on, which is why I write on it with a black Pigma Micron. But I love being able to flip through these cards and just pull out colors left and right to go with certain pens or to compare them, even if the color is not always the same as on the Tomura River paper. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. I really like my purples to be a little bit darker and slightly cool toned. Actually, like just like this ink. Like this is straight up my alley. Ooh, there's a cat being a menace. Hi, can you please not? No, no, that's my camera. No. Oh man, kittens. What was I saying? Oh, yes. But some of these inks are so dark, and I foresee this being a bit of a risk as well with this one. If you take a look at the writing compared to the swatch, you can see that the writing is quite dark, and I feel like with a lot of purple inks, darker purple inks, that often tends to be the case that if it's too dark, then it'll kind of look like black when you write with it, even though it's so beautiful in a swatch. So I'm really curious to see how this one will behave in a pen. Definitely going to ink this one up for October. I don't know why, but somehow purple is also kind of a Halloween color for me. So I always want to ink up a purple and an orange in October. I haven't done a currently inked video in a while. I have been uploading few videos over the past couple of weeks, months. I promise there's a good reason that I will go into a little bit later. It has nothing to do with the channel. It's more like a life change thing, which is exciting. It's a good change, but it comes with a lot of work and not always being able to sit at my desk and film a video. Let's just see. This ink, it's still a little bit wet, but let's see if we can see some sheen. Oh, this is great. Okay, so this is not going to show up in writing, I'm quite sure. But this ink, a lot of purple inks have a little bit of golden yellowish sheen. This one has black sheen, which looks amazing, but it's only on the rim of the very wet, very dark parts. So yeah, you're probably not going to see that when you write with it. Yeah, and on this paper, on these swatch cards, these Wearingeul swatch cards, it doesn't even show up. Would have been cool, but yeah, I'm just really glad that it doesn't have that sheen that quite a few purple inks have. Some people love it, that sort of golden sheen. I personally don't. If I want gold with my purple, which is an amazing color combination, I'd rather have that be a shimmer and not a sheen. Yeah, I think that's it. Lovely color. I would do a comparison to some of the other inks that I have, but I don't have access to my swatch books, cards, things right now, which is another consequence of life change stuff. I promise I'll get into it. Just give me a little bit, a little while. So yeah, for now, this is it. But I want to ink this up next month, and maybe I'll get to do a little bit of a comparison then. So stay tuned for that. Again, I hope the video quality is okay. It should be, I hope. It's just like, because the screen kind of turns dark after a while when filming, it's really hard to see whether I'm in frame or not. But yeah, I'll make sure to check that. For now, thank you for watching, and thank you to Shanghai Stationary for sharing this gorgeous ink with me. I am so happy that you gifted me a purple right when I'm in my purple era. That feels like just a perfect moment. I really want to ink this up in a pen. I also know which pen I'm going for, which is going to be the Benu Briolette in Milky Way, which has this exact purple color, which is going to be so cool. So thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well, and see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.